Sixpack Saloon, which is northeast of Edmonton, not too far, actually, northeast of Edmonton.
And that's P-A-K, no C. You can find it on maps and Google. And we are open Fridays 2 until about midnight, and then Saturdays noon till midnight, and Sundays noon till 8. It's a little quaint spot for bikers to come and enjoy a beverage and, yeah, socialize and relax. Or whoever. You don't even have to have a bike. I don't have a bike.
Oh, I stopped here many a time. I'm the road captain for our rally that we have every year.
It is one of those places that people aren't aware of, right? And
Right.
so what I'm finding is, you know, they find it and they finally stop and they just fall in love with it. And it becomes a regular stop for them.
Came up from 2 hills. Beautiful ride. The countryside out here is amazing.
Yeah, this is a great little hangout down the Sixpack Saloon. It's a wonderful place. Debbie is a phenomenal hostess with the mostest. She's a great person. Really good atmosphere and great people, motorcycle enthusiasts. It's just a really good time. So open on the weekends, Thursday, Friday, Saturday kind of thing, and stop in and have a visit.
It's a great spot, great atmosphere. It's very relaxing. Everybody here gets along. Everybody welcomes everybody, and you eventually become really good friends and family and look out for each other.
I'm Kiki Quinn. I'm a burlesque artist. I've been doing it for about 16 years. This is my second time here to the Run to the Hills Biker Rally, and they bring us out just to entertain the group at the end of the weekend and have a lot of fun, and we just get a little saucy, and it's a nice way to close out a really crazy week.
We've been coming up here for a number of years and helping, like, for the first part of our day is hosting the games. So whenever there's a rally, we do a bunch of really fun games on motorcycles that are just goofy and hilarious, and then we cool off and get ready for the evening and throw a performance art show, a burlesque show. You know, sexuality is a part of everything. Like, that's how we all got here. And so, you know, it's really cool to have a space where you get your own 5 minutes to just express yourself sexually however you want to show up, and you get that bubble, and you get to call the rules, and you're calling the shots, and you get to choose everything about it, and you get to pick everything, and then once it's done, and then you just get to, you know, have this beautiful experience connecting with an audience, and then you get to go home.
Motorcycles. Just motorcycles.
7 Road King, 6 speed with cruise, heated grips, so nice. It's a cruiser, love it. I've changed my bars, I've changed my seat, because it's so wide for women, it's really hard and I can't touch the ground, right? So if I lower it, I lose my suspension. So we customized my seat and just brought it in. Normally the seat would come out here, right? Bring it in a little
doesn't get warm if we're traveling long distances. And it's just like a Cadillac. I put my foot pegs and my backrest and my arms, and I just sit back and.
I've only owned this bike now since October. Up until October, I was riding a Suzuki Boulevard C90, but I've always wanted to try out a Harley. So it came available, and I was able to buy it in last October. The best riding, of course, is out of any city, on the roads, on the open roads. So I come from Calgary, you know. When I'm in Calgary, I always ride the open roads. I get out of Calgary. I don't want to be in Calgary with
Well, I don't think I'd say it's the best bike ever. I've had a lot of bikes in my life, and while I like the Harleys, it's probably one of the worst motorcycles I've ever had. I bought this in 2014, and it had about 12,000 K on it, and then I had to put about $5,000 or $6,000 into the motor because whoever built it didn't do it right, and I've replaced a lot of parts since then, and I think I'm sitting at about 110,000 K on it now. I had many bikes. I used to do about 25 to 35,000 K every year, and so I've thinned the herd. I'm down to 3 now. But yeah, it's a good highway bike. I like taking off on it solo and just touring around the U.S. and disappear for 20 or 30 days, and it's a great bike for that. But a lot of other stuff, it's not the best bike.
That's my girl there. It's a 2006 Sportster 1200 Custom Low with Stage 1, and all the work is my work. I redid the seats, I made custom bags, engraved the chrome, and enameled it. It's kind of been a labor of love, and every year I try and add a little something new to it. It's it's my ever expanding project. It's went with the Maltese cross theme, and it's all the black on the paint. It's all hand painted. It's been taken apart more than a few times. I chopped the fender, and we got the detachable sissy bar, and the bags are semi-detachable. It takes a few minutes, but I can take them off. And the seat is the only thing I ever timed because people ask me how long anything took, and it took me 25 hours to stitch the seat. That for some reason, first time I heard of Harley as a kid, I didn't grow up in the bike world, and I just fell in love with it, and I'm still in love with it. There's nothing like getting on your bike and going for a scoot and just have you and the bike and the road. That's, for me, that's what it is.
The Triumphs make beautiful bikes. They're just really nice bikes. They're great handling. The engines are great. Yeah, they're great performance for the money. When you consider what Harley's worth. Right? 2012 Triumph Speedmaster that I've customized a bit, different bars onto it, put some rake hangers on it, and going to 2 hills different bike route.
Well, the wife of the guy that built this bike, he's a good friend of mine. He builds old classic cars. This used to be a restaurant, and we used to ride up here quite often to go to, because they had really good food in here. This used to be an Edsel car dealership back in the day. It was an Edsel car dealership. The name of the restaurant was Edsel Restaurant, and he had a couple of old Edsels in there, and then he was showing me this bike. He actually had it in the bike show there a couple times in Edmonton when they have the International Bike Show on. Like a 1940 or 50 car. It's a car engine, eh?
yellow. I don't know, I just made it out of parts around the yard, so that's what I ended up with. I wasn't sure what it was going to look like.
Well, that's a wrap for another episode of Ride Like a Local. Next week, we are at the Calgary Motorcycle Show, taking in everything that the manufacturer show has to offer.